What I've seen is it's grown more professional, and the exhibition space, though it's not in the dark tent over there, is always been much nicer. And for the past 3 exhibitions, the galleries seem to be growing more mature in the way they display their artwork. And the international presence is still the same, which is good. Perhaps it's become even more so, I can't tell. But the appearance is, yes, it has grown more international and more mature. I don't think art really helps anything, either peace or war, or art cannot persuade anyone to move politically. It doesn't change anything. To me, art is like flowers on a tree, if you would. It's part of the growth of society, and it's an efflorescence of society. It's not a causation, it's a result. We can talk and talk and talk. When I want to change things, I do a poster and march in a demonstration, and even that has very limited power. And I have to march with a lot of other people of the same opinion, and maybe we can move a little ant. And we keep doing it and we keep doing it, but hanging a painting on the wall pretending it's political and it's going to change anything is childish. I've studied Palestinian art of the period of the Intifada, and I'm watching changes come in. And in my view, the art of the Intifada, or of Palestinian resistance, was one of those movements that was forward-looking and very advanced in its very nature. It grew out of a genuine revolutionary spirit. The artists were not leading. The artists were, as I said before, an efflorescence on a movement, like the Russian Revolution, but a much smaller, less important one. Like the Mexican Revolt of the 30s, very much like the Mexican revolts, same kind of formal attributes, same kind of content, same kind of symbolism and cubist background. And I think it's very creative what the artists of the Intifada and the Palestinian resistance in Beirut and Lebanon did. Right now, I think a lot of forces, starting with critics and philosophers, try to persuade the world that anthropology is the highest fashion, and it's very destructive to art historical and scientific methods. And so we see a movement called ما بعد الحداثة, postmodernism, and it's in essence coming out of the West is not an advanced movement. There's no visual invention, and it's definitely different from painting, and the critics will not make a distinction between it and painting. But what I see that's very creative in Palestine is artists who put Palestinian subject matter into this form of making art, video, installation, words, philosophies, and they put the subject of Palestine in it, and it changes its nature. So I think there's a wonderful young man called Muhammad Abu Sal who made a sign which said metro on it, and he went to various parts of Gaza and he held the sign up. So there you pretend that there are metro stations in Gaza. Of course there are none, but that tells you, like, we'd love to do all these things, but we're not being allowed to have peace enough to do them. I can't talk about the whole region, but I'm a little disturbed by the entry of anthropology and philosophy into the teaching of art. I would rather see the teaching of art follow the historical process. That is, I think artists need to learn how to draw empirically, looking at the world. They need to learn the geometry of perspective and of Islamic symmetry in order to know the history of what was their past. So geometry, in symmetry, perspective, shading, drawing, these should be basic things. And then moving slowly to abstraction and then ideologies of the present. I just don't have time for social media. People tell me get on, get on. And I'm a little shocked, you know, people tell me, I know where you've been the past few days. People are reporting, they see me, they report. And they tell me get on. And so one friend from Gaza almost persuaded me maybe I will do what he advises, because Gaza uses social media as an outlet to a situation that's untenable. So if I get on social media, at least I would have contact with the artists in Gaza. I love canvas. I love Mr. Sorbet. I love Ali Khadra.
حبيبتي انت